some of the people came back hollering and screaming, "You was so right." I said, "It's because I'm white or because I'm black?" Because I'm right. Oh, they were so right. And it's just things if you know, you do. But of course, it was funny to me, they tested it. It was several people tested it. Sure. I said, now, if E.F. Hutton got on TV and said this, you wouldn't even ask questions. You would just take it. Right, sister?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Sharon. It's been a long time. So, Miss Armstrong, whenever you're ready, we'll get started whenever you're ready. Oh, you're doing good. I know. I see some of y'all on Facebook every month. I get on. Yeah. So Dad is doing good.
My father's doing well.
Yeah.
I'll see everybody.
Okay,
we didn't catch up.
Okay,
So
we
good to
will.
see you.
Huh? We haven't started yet. You're good. Well, just having a casual conversation. So there's snacks over here. Please help yourself. We have the password, the Wi-Fi password if you need it. We do ask that you sign in. When you sign in, please, this helps us to collect data so that we can get, keep you in the loop and all types of things. Also, the Art of Networking event, June 20th. Let me see, I might have Juneteenth. I have Juneteenth information up here as well. I think Monday or today or Monday is the last day if you haven't signed up to be a vendor. And then if you aren't listed, we're doing it together, please get listed. So this is the East, this is the East Side Assembly of Believers Business Development Group, along with Doing It Does It, that we started back in February. And Doing It Does It has been, was established in 2020 actually. The nonprofit was, the directory was established in 2020, the nonprofit was established in 2021. And so we will continue doing it together to bring and collaborate with organizations to help push our communities forward. Now, we don't leave anyone else out. However, there are some times when it needs to be just us or us by us. And so that's what we are really about. I'm so excited to have the Armstrongs here with us this evening. They are amazing. I think I'm almost to get to call them auntie and uncle. I think I'm getting to that status. I'm getting to that status. And auntie, I have to tell you, when you called me, it came up in my phone, Auntie Fletcher Jackson's phone. I gotta change to Auntie Sharon so I know exactly who's calling. And so I'm just so excited to have them here because every time I talk with them, I'm filled with knowledge and with information. They are so full of wisdom, knowledge, and a love and a passion for our community. And so I'm so excited, and people will trickle in. I've gotten a couple texts, they're like, I'm on my way. That's fine, they'll trickle in, but we wanted to make sure that we had this opportunity. And so I'm so excited, and I know you're gonna get some great information, you're gonna be helped, you're gonna be blessed, and you get to ask all the questions. And I'm so glad that we're able to present this opportunity. So we'll go do a quick introduction. You go around and kind of say your business and who you are, and then we'll turn it in to the Armstrongs.
Let me go last.
Okay.
Ladies first.
You want to start, Sean?
Oh, hi, my name is Trelane Davis.
All right. What's your service?
I am the owner director of James Mackey Commission and James Mackey Commission Foundation. And so we do foster care, everything. So foster care. Yes.
Okay, good evening. I'm Sharon Fletcher Jackson, and my business is SFJ Services. It's primarily a rental property and evolving into property management and property development.
My name is Jacqueline Harris. I'm the owner of MJH Enterprises. I'm also known as the purpose-driven entrepreneur.
All right.
My business, we develop websites and do website maintenance, as well as I am a business coach for Christian women over 40 who want to build a purpose-aligned business.
Oh, great.
So me, okay. Yes, my name is Paul Jackson. I'm retired. I actually have a Ph.D. in computer engineering. I did 20 years of Boeing in research and virtual and augmented reality. I bumped into my wife, Jasmine Brown, in 2015 or so. We now live here. We live right here in the Shallowstand, and we have a nonprofit, Swan Creek Art Academy. We have a lot of digital equipment to teach digital art and music to kids, and we're also making buttons. So we're at the last Saturday, we're at the Black Art Soiree that was in the Armory, and we just made buttons. Tomorrow we're going to be at the Black Wall Street in Seattle, probably doing the same buttons again, but during the summer for this year, we're going to be at the library and some other location doing not the Black Night Market, but the Tacoma Public Schools has a late at night.
Late night.
Late night, yeah. So we're doing that, and so we'll be around. So yeah. So okay, and the thing I also do, since I'm not working any longer, I call myself a digital artivist, not an artist or an activist put together. I love going around and shooting events like this, and it's all on my YouTube channel, iBrother, the letter I brother, like iMac, iPhone, iBrother, and yeah, so I do that. So yeah.
Hey everybody, my name is Devondra Wheeler. I am a local author here in Tacoma. So my business is, of course, selling books, but also now I'm working to add selling curriculums and program development as well to go along with the book. So let's see.
Right. I didn't know that part.
You want to go in?
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I'm Andrea Armstrong, and I do a number of things. I am a lawyer by trade, and Keith and I have the law firm, and I think by passion, I encourage other people, and that has taken me to a place of having a CD out many years ago, Power and Possibility. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's something that really encourages folks. And I have a book that'll be coming out in about a month, Ancient Secrets of a Whisperer. And I've collected quotes from antiquity to the present all over the world, and I scrub them down, and I help people understand what these folks, Aristotle and different people, were saying. So anyway, I'm here today. I'm really here supporting Keith, just kind of putting stamps on things, and so this is his presentation.
Good afternoon or evening, wherever we are.
Yes.
Somewhere it's 5 o'clock happy hour.
Right.
I'm going to happy hour right here today. So let me tell you a little bit about my background, why you should listen to me. This is going to make sense, especially black folks. Greetings to all those online. I'm Keith Armstrong, born and raised in Oklahoma City, home of the Sonics.
Too soon.
I know, too soon, it's been years. Been here 30 years, married to this one. And I came here to do international business. I want to do business and international, that was my focus. So from Oklahoma, you don't get a lot of good stuff that the East Coast gets. East and West Coast get everything, the music, dances. 5 years later, it comes Oklahoma. And so I said, I gotta go. And so I came here, so I went to school, said, I have got to get a better education and get out of this hold on Oklahoma City and do better for business. But I knew I had to figure out how I was gonna have an edge. So I decided I was gonna go to grad school, get married, have kids, and establish an empire. Somehow, some way. And I had to decide, do I go West Coast and learn Japanese? Or do I go East Coast and learn German? Now, how many black people know German? How many black people know Japanese? I chose Japanese because this was the gateway. So I came here about 30 years ago after research. So I researched coming to the Pacific Northwest, the number one place for business, number one place to raise a family, number one place for fun, anything you wanted to do, hot or cold, this was the number one place in the 80s.
Really?
Number one.
Yes.
I mean, a better Carmen's Gardens, this was it. So I said, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna get married because I already researched this is a great place. It's sweater weather, not too hot, not too cold.
Right.
And the women, fabulous. But my best part is, I'm dressed in my best today, but I ain't the best looking dude in town. I don't have a Porsche. So how you gonna get married if you ain't got a Porsche, you ain't no job, and you ain't the best looking dude in town? Average dudes don't get the women. I learned something. The ratio of men to women is 8 women to 5. And if you don't beat on them and not a sexual predator, it's 10-1.
Yeah.
And if you ain't from Washington, it's 25-1.
Wow.
25 women in this town will gravitate to an out-of-state Negro in a minute.
I believe that.
I used to run my license plate. I'm from Oklahoma. Women just flocked. And so I had a time to try to meet all the people in the Northwest, and they're just like everybody else, it's good and bad and everything. So when I came here with a purpose and a mission to establish international business. And so I chose law because it was the most bang for the buck. So the MBA or HR or something else, I said, let me do that. That was the best move because you can do everything everybody else can do, plus you can do law. So I said, get there, learn a little Japanese, and then work for the Attorney General's office. Now, when I planned this, I planned it 7 years in advance. I did not know, I did not have any idea, I just had faith in God. 7 years from now, I'm gonna be in Seattle doing something. This year, I'm gonna pray for this attitude with my wife. This year, I'm gonna pray for another attitude for my wife. So I had 7 different things that I prayed for every single year to make sure I had the right wife. Because I had to have a wife who could meet with the governor or the king or a welfare recipient. If she had that, that's what I was gonna marry.
Excuse me, I don't have the keys.
There's another thing on that.
I look.
It's in, oh, maybe it's in the little thing on that.
Okay, I'll look at the little thing.
So that's how I got here. So it was all planned. And so I have a wife who's kind of, she got $100, she spend it, no planning whatsoever. I have to plan everything. So we got this mix. I plan, she doesn't, and so it all worked out. But when I came to say, I want to learn law and business. And I want to learn how to go to court and scare those Negroes to death. So I went for Attorney General's office. The #1 place to train as a lawyer is the Attorney General. It's better than the law firms, it's better than the prosecutors, it is the #1 place. Let me show you how good God is. I get here, it's recession. Ain't nobody getting no job. They're laying off lawyers. I got hired at the Attorney General's office, the only one that year in the entire state in Seattle doing trials.
Wow.
So I just didn't learn law, I did trials immediately.
Wow.
And after a while, I was so mad because I was all busy all the time. But I learned trials, and so I have actually been in court over 1,000 times.
Wow.
And I thought everybody was busy like that. No, just me and a sister that I was training with. We had 1,000 trials. She had been in business 25 years. She probably had 10,000 trials. But let me tell you how much I didn't know how good that was for me. Most attorneys from today in 30 years are not going to have 1,000 trials.
Wow.
30 years. I had 1,000 trials in 5 years. 5. Before I even came to Tacoma. I was in Seattle, did 1,000, and I won 75% of it. I don't even know no attorneys who do that. Matter of fact, I stopped saying that. Because attorneys don't get upset. So they went at 40 and 50 and 35% on TV. I'm winning 75%.
Right.
And I'm going to the next trial, not even thinking nothing about it. But that's a blessing. So
That's
I went 15 years to the Attorney General's office, learning how to do the stuff I'm hollering about. But then I wanted to do business. That's why I left. I left so I could do business for you, the nurses, the entrepreneurs, the pastor's wife, to do business stuff. So I'm coming from somebody who goes to court and they've tested what I'm talking about at least 300 times. So when I tell you this is probably what the court gonna do in Pierce County, I didn't either won 300 times on that or I lost 300 times on that. Somebody else said, I heard about it, it sounds good, I researched, I said, I did it 300 times.
Right.
Most attorneys can't tell you that. So when I come from experience, I ain't had time to wing it. I can only do what I know and I let the rest go. So I'm telling you about some financial and business things. That's what I'm here to talk about. Eastside Assembly believers, they present this whole thing. I'm so glad that y'all have me here. Because I got some great stuff, blow your mind. Right, Andrea?
Yes.
Blow your mind. Some of the stuff you say, I understand a little bit. You have a very good understanding. Because being from Oklahoma, I can make real complicated stuff real simple. And you'll understand it. You can say, I can teach that. So, I'm from the land of Black Wall Street, y'all.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it till I got here. They do not talk about it in Oklahoma. It is a secret, it's shame, nobody ever said it.
Wow.
I came here as Attorney General to find out about Black Wall Street. And I know all about it now. But we did not know it. So that's the thing. My law firm, Strong International Law Group, we're different than most attorneys. We just don't do law. We do a certain kind of law. We're small business law, we do estate planning, and we do probates. So if you got a small business, I'm here to help you make some money. And if you listen to me, you're gonna make some money, and I'll come back and help you get the estate plan so you can keep it in the family. If you listen to me, your family have money. If you don't listen to me and do not, I end up doing your probate because they don't know the lawyer. So I do probates and estate planning, half my business.
We gonna listen, cause my niece gonna make sure we.
Because they call you what to do probates. So that's why I do, so we protect what matters. We just don't do everything. You want me to come and make your neighbor bad or, get your son out of jail? I don't do that. You want protection for your family? I do that. You want protection for your business? I do that. And I know how to stab when I need to and shield when I know to. Well, after 1,000 times, you kind of get the hang of it. Right. It ain't like I think I want. I said, at 300 times, I know to tell you 301. At 300 times, I know to tell you 302. So it ain't what I think, it's what I know. I ain't guaranteeing nothing, but after 300 times, you kind of got an idea which way to go. Got it? So let's talk business and money. Yeah. These are tips I've learned. Before we start talking about business, I'm going to talk about here's how your business can prosper. Every one of you. Same for me. Mindset. That's the key to your business. You get your mind right, you get your money right. It starts in your mind, but it ends up in your purse. Everybody thinks you need a lot of money to actually make a difference. No. You need a mind, and you need a service. You're going to get the money. It's just the way it is. And I'm going to prove it to you. I have proof to that. The choice that you make. The choices you make determines how much you're going to be, how wealthy you're going to be. And it don't start with how much money you make. It's your mindset, not your pocketbook. You follow me? So let me tell you how I got here, made enough money to buy a Jaguar. And y'all know Jaguars cost a lot of money and they break down all the time. So if you have one, you must can afford to keep one. Faith in God, faith in me. I didn't have Andretti yet, so, faith in my fellow man, but that's how I got here. Because some stuff I did, it didn't make sense. You had to have God. There's only God to have Christian Greger hire me as the only attorney in the whole state in Seattle. When I told people how I got here, they cried.
What year was this?
I got here in 93 when I graduated. 94, I worked for the Human Rights Commission with Andrita.
Right.
We both were the investigators. And 95, I left the Human Rights Commission to be an attorney for it. So in 95, we had a recession, and nobody got hired in 95 but me. And 97, they started. But it was crazy. They was landing. I said, how do I get? It's God. Yeah, it's God. Belief is important. But here's the thing. Service, you guys. Y'all want to make some money? Volunteer. Everybody think I got to charge more to make more money. No, volunteer. If you volunteer as a business owner, you're at Little League, and they know you got a shop, they come to your business. They want to know the person, not the service. Volunteer. You know what rich people do? They volunteer. Poor people do not. They think they can't. Everybody should volunteer, serve, and be an entrepreneur. Please get a business. We're in the land of Trump. If y'all don't listen to what I'm saying, this happened the first time, it's going to happen the second time. The only people going to be real good in this Trump is you got real estate, you know about the stock market, or you know about housing. Or business. Business, real estate, and that's it. Everybody else might be suffering. But if you get in those areas, he's going to help us by accident. So he ain't trying to, but by accident, he's going to help us.
Okay, say that one more time because I've
Real
heard
estate,
people saying.
business, and what did I say? Real estate
Housing.
and housing.
Well, no,
Housing.
I like what you said about by
Oh,
accident.
business.
Because people are thinking
It's an accident.
that he's doing it on purpose. And like you said, he doesn't want to help them. And like you said, it's
Oh, no.
definitely by accident.
He don't want to even help white people. He want to help rich white people.
Of course.
Those
Yeah.
poor people in Kentucky,
No.
they in bad shape. Because he ain't gonna help them, but when he do, all of us gonna be helped by accident. Every time he help them with health care, it's gonna help us. Every time he try to give them benefits, it's gonna help us. That's how we do it. But if you're in position in business, you don't have real estate, and you don't know stock market, you gonna lose out. Just straight up. Rule of 72. The rule is, and we can pass out the rule of 72. I want to tell you, this is a principle I learned 20 years ago, and it is so powerful.
Keith, is this it?
No,
It says Rule 72 on it.
yeah, it says what? It's in the rule of 72 is a principle to show you how fast your money will grow. Okay? So if you have $1, how fast will it grow to $2? If you know the rule of 72, it helps you determine how long it'll take. If you got a higher interest rate, it goes faster. You got a lower interest rate, it goes slower. How many people got a whole bunch of money to waste in here? How many people want some money to waste? I'd like to have.
I don't wanna waste
Not
that.
wasted, no.
If you got it, you can waste it. You ain't got it, you can't waste it. Okay, if you understand, if y'all don't get nothing else I say today, time, interest, and money. If you understand those three things and how they work together, you're gonna be rich. Because that's what you gotta understand to be wealthy, is understand how time, interest, and money works. If you have a lot of time, you don't need a lot of interest, you don't need a lot of money. If you got a lot of money, you don't need a lot of time, a lot of interest. The three work together. One can be high, the other two can be low, but you gotta understand how they work together, because all the poor people do not understand this. Every single rich millionaire in the world understands what I'm saying now. Time, interest, and money. It will make you start buying stuff differently tomorrow when you understand this. Because when you know how your money works for you, it's gonna make you change your habits. So the rule of 72, everybody have one there?
It's in your packet. It says Rule of 72.
Let me see if I can get it. No, it's not somebody who's only from mine. Rule 72.
Here's
No, it's-
Is it just the one page?
You gotta have the cheat sheet, you got, these numbers are gonna be so big, I can't memorize it, it's too big. Yeah, that's one. Let me see, was yours is blank? Yeah. Excuse me, you guys, I gotta find this, because it's gonna be up. I don't know why. I thought you put it on, I put it on.
You just said.
I know about that little bit. Like I said, I can't make this up. Okay. Let me say, you guys have a blank one, right? Yes. And I have the cheat sheet with me. That's my note papers. You see what I mean?
Let's go through the months, we go through all.
Well, I need that, no, this ain't gonna even guess. We better count big money, this ain't gonna guess. Here's how it works, you guys. You see, you got, the rule of 72 says, if you have $1,000 and you have 6% interest, okay? How long will it take you to get to double the money? So you put $1,000 one time, you wanna make it $2,000 without adding nothing to it. At 6%, if you put 6% into 72, it comes 12 times. That means 12 years from now, if you put it one time, in 12 years, it's gonna actually be 2,000. In 12 more years, it'll be 4,000. In 12 more years, you see how it works. That's how it works. Now, here's the question. If you double the interest rate, do you double the money? Think about that, you guys. If you double the interest rate, we all had math, we all passed, do you double the money? Any guesses?
No.
Make sure that's not.
No, I think, no, it's just like, it's one of the ones that we do.
Okay. Double interest, double money, right?
I would say no,
Okay,
but it's a time factor when we talk about interest, right? So
right,
it increased faster, but not double.
right. I wish I could guess on this. You don't double the interest. If you got $6,000, okay, you got $1,000 and it's 6% interest, it takes 12 years. If you double the interest, that means you get 12%, you think you double the money. No, Mr. Jackson's right. It's not one time, it's not two times, it's not three times for the same money. 12% doesn't double your return, it goes like 8 times the money. You double the interest rate, it doubles almost 8 times the amount of money. But you gotta understand how the time, money, and interest works together.
Right.
If you understand it, it makes sense, but they don't teach this kind of stuff in school. They teach you how to work for banks and insurance companies and make their money. They don't teach you how to make money. But this is how the rich people make money because they understand how this works. So for instance, if you got $1,000, it's 12%, 6%, you make a certain amount of money, $1,000. Same $1,000 at 12%. If you got 18%, put that in 72, it's every 4 years. Okay? Your money doubles when you think, now, is it, if it's 8 times from 6 to 12, how many times is it to go with 18% return? Every year, $1,000, one time, put it in, how much do you make? It ain't 8 times.
No.
I cannot get, that's why I need this so bad. It's like 20 times.
Wow.
It just, I'm talking a one-time investment, not every month, not every year, once. It makes that kind of money. It's huge, okay?
But Keith is finding that some return. How do you find a return that does, 12% annually like that?
12% annually, one-time investment. Just leave it there.
But I mean, where can I find someone that's going to be
Oh.
consistently and give me 12% every year?
Oh, well, the market, number one.
Okay.
The actual stock market has been given over 10% since 1901, every year, no matter what happens. Every year.
Hmm.
Now, if you know that, where's your money?
In the stock market, it should be.
If you have some money, where would you put
In
it?
the stock market.
If you knew you could make a whole bunch of money, you'd be trying to get money from everywhere. Everywhere. You can make some money. So I'm telling you, this rule 72 is, I wish I had, I don't think I have it here. Let me see if I got it in the next one. No, that's not it. If I can find it, I will let you know. The difference between 6% and 12% is like 8 times the money. And from 12 to 18, you think, where do you find 18? There's 18% in the market. See, what they do is, the banks know how to make so much money. They will do anything to get your money. They'll offer you a Hawaii vacation. They'll give you marriage tickets. They'll do anything because if you know you can get 18% every year and it's not guaranteed, ain't nothing guaranteed. The guarantees for the poor folks in Appalachia. It ain't for rich folks. People that don't know and people in Appalachia, they want guarantees. You can get 1%. But you can make 18 if you're not worried about a guarantee. So do you think Wells Fargo will put their money anywhere where they'll lose it?
Of course not.
They'll put yours, but they do put theirs. They do not. They know where to get that 10% plus. So if you can get 18% every year, how many magazines would you be in? How many TV commercials would you actually do? Would you be on billboards? Would you be in soccer leagues?
That depends. Would you?
If you can make 18% every year,
Right.
how much would you advertise?
I
for people
wouldn't.
to give you money.
I wouldn't.
Well, no. You can make money 18%. If I get your money, I can put 18%.
Okay.
I would be trying to get it I
Yeah.
heard some of y'all.
Right,
Say,
but
please.
I wouldn't want other people to know that I do this, right?
Rich people don't want you to know either,
Exactly.
which is why we don't know that.
Right.
Okay, do you know that mutual funds have been given 18% on average since the 70s?
Wow.
When I learned about this, I have an insurance license in Oklahoma over 30 years ago. I just learned about mutual funds. I made 28% one year, I made 36% one year. Everybody else was making 8, 9, 10. I made 38%. Thinking, how did you do that? We said to keep all of us out because we don't know. If you know you can make this kind of money,
Right.
you want to get everybody else money, but Mr. Jackson, you don't tell them how to do it. So if you want to make 18% at Wells Fargo, you know you can, but you can't gas the teller, okay? Because they ain't gonna tell you.
Right.
But if you come and say, you know what, I just got this insurance thing, I have $2 million, I'm thinking about investing about $500,000. Do you know that you don't even go to the banker or the teller? You go back to the bank with Mr. Johnson. And so the story I was telling you about, I just tell folks, I said, look, if you say I'm coming, I got about $300,000, I don't really know what to do with Wells Fargo. They'll say, oh, you can see Mr. Johnson. He's in the back of the bank in a suit. He gives cake, coffee, your feet's all out. It's a whole different experience. And he says, you want to buy a mortgage? You want to buy real estate? Well, you know what? I got 32 mortgages that I could give you in 2009. How many did they tell us about? 3. Principal and interest only, and a variable.
Right.
That's it. What about the other 29?
Right. Right.
Didn't tell us about the 1%. Do you know rich people in Washington was going to have 1% mortgages for $1 million? Guess where they advertised it? It wasn't People Magazine.
No.
It was Ultimate Homes, Rob Report. Everybody know about Rob Report?
I know now.
It's a six-figure people read Rob Report. The middle managers and presidents read Rob Report. It's all the fancy cigars, cars, and everything, and that's, you gotta make 6 figures to even read it. That's what they advertise. And Better Homes and Gardens? No. The Ultimate Homes and Gardens is on the back page. 1% interest on a mortgage over $1 million or under $1 million. I said, well, how could they tell us that? You talk to Mr. Johnson, he'll tell you all 32. You gotta ask about it. So I had these black folks, so I did a presentation on real estate and market. They ain't believe me. So they went to Wells Fargo and I said, you know, I'm thinking about $300,000. They said, oh, you talked to Mr. Johnson? I said, is a Mr. Johnson here? I heard that Negro say Mr. Johnson. Is a Mr. Johnson here? They went back, they had coffee, tea, treated them like they was royalty, and they told them about all 32. Matter of fact, not only did they talk about them, they said exactly what I said in the seminar, in the same way I said it. And they said in the same order. That's what he kept saying. You know, you was trying to say, I knew y'all didn't believe me. And some of y'all tested me. It was a whole bunch of them testing me. I was kind of sad because they didn't believe a black man.
Right.
But I was right. So guess who was a disciple today?
Right. Right.
That sister, who's a grandma, who now knows she had a 2% mortgage. And I told her how to get it. But see, what they do is they put the barriers out there so you don't know. In order to get 18%, you got to have $100,000 to invest. We ain't got that. That cuts out the Appalachians, the blacks, the Hispanics, the Asians. It cuts out most people, right? But do you know at the fine print, right at the bottom, it says if you can invest $50 a month on a periodic basis, you can get in this 18% just like the rich people.
Wow.
Do you think anybody knew that at the bank?
No.
Mr. Johnson knew, but he didn't even tell the workers there. He didn't tell the secretary. It's been there all along. But if you don't understand time, interest, money, you don't know how important that is. So if you want to make some money, save some, invest it, do something. Let me go to this $1 million. So a lot of people say, I like to have $1 million when I'm 65. Let me show you how this money works. If you are 20 years old, you got 45 years before you're 65. You need to save $10.57 every month to get $100 million when you're 65. But look at it and this is a regular Facebook and it's 0.1%, right? If you go to EE savings bonds, our grandmothers all believe in savings bonds, they are $951, right? If you get a CD, which now is 5%, it's $493. Look at the difference. $1,800 a month, $493 a month.
Right.
Look at 12%, $46.61. Who can't do that in here? Our kids can do that. And they got plenty time. I'm talking just every month. If you got a 15% stock fund, $15.28. That's 2 coffees without the extra syrup. If you are 20 years old in the house, some of y'all got kids, 30 cents every month. 30 cents. I don't think nobody heard me. I said 30 cents.
Yeah, you did.
Where?
For 40 years, it takes that. But now, some of us a little older, say you're 40. I didn't know about this. You got 25 years of retirement. You need $3,000 to get that million. Well, look over here at 5%, 1,000. At 15%, which is available, $308. You can do $308. Some of our rental furniture is $308. Get rid of the couch, put it here.
So these are numbers for right now?
If you can get these in the market, and these are harder to find right now.
Yeah, this
They're
is,
hard to find for regular folks.
right.
But not rich
If you know-
folks.
if you
They
know-
have people like me. They pay them big money to teach them where these things are, and they are there.
Mhm.
Okay? You can get that. If you're 40, $42.97 to get $1 million. You only got 25 years to go.
Mm.
And so the longer you wait, see, if you have a lot of time, you only need a little bit of interest and a little bit of money.
Right.
If you got a lot of money, and we don't have a lot of money, so let's count that out.
Right.
Time and interest is what we need to have. And if you use it, what if you can teach your kids this?
Mm.
Or don't teach them nothing, just put it there and don't tell them nothing.
Right.
And when they get ready to say, I ain't going to college, okay, that $1 million is mine.
There you go.
Oh, I'm going now. Well, now you can take them to any school you want to, while it's still legal. And then you can pay for their schooling, and guess what else? You can pay for their housing,
Mhm.
and then establish a business. You will make so much money over that 4-year period, those people will have the money to pay for their college, live in a house, the house will grow enough, you paid off all your bills, now they got a $500,000 house and $500,000, and you started out with $42.97 a month. Time, interest, money. If you didn't hear nothing else I said, my name is Keith. Time, interest, and money, and I'm married to Andrea. So those are my things that I really want to say that this makes sense, if you understand it. Now, I think y'all understand a little bit, but I'm not quite sure. I don't know if y'all quite got it. Y'all follow me so far? Time, interest, and money, is that important? It's more important than your job. You can work at McDonald's and do this.
Right.
I just want to add that the mind change is instead of you working for the money, you have the money working for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you have to let go of the person that you have been before and take on a new mind.
Mm.
Yeah. New money.
Because how you think about you and the world makes all the difference in what you see
Right.
and what you don't see, what you have, what you don't have, who's in your life, who's not in your life.
Right.
If you think as if you are a millionaire, we'll say, opportunities will come to you.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
And it's part of what we teach is how the power of the mind. And that's another seminar, but I just want you to trust and work with this, that you have to change your mind.
Mm.
You have to be the man or the woman you've always desired to be and more right now. And then that makes a difference as to how you see the world.
And you can trust. I'm not even saying that. Now, my wife is gracious. I ain't saying trust nobody. Black, white, or different. Trust proof. I'm gonna prove it to you. Your mind is what you need to make the money. It guides you on what actions to take, because you better know how to do it. You don't need to know. You just need the mindset. I'm gonna be rich, that's my choice, and you figure out how I'm gonna do it. I don't know, I believe in God, and how do I do it, Keith? I don't know. But you know this is true, you just haven't applied it like this. For instance, between here and Seattle, I'm gonna see Volkswagens on the road. What do I see when I'm driving to Seattle? Volkswagens. I see it, starting here, it's Volkswagen.
Right.
Why is that? Are there more Volkswagens on the road?
Yeah.
Does it matter how much I'm worth? Does it matter if I get a job? The Volkswagens come to you. It's the mindset that does it. If I'm gonna be wealthy, you stop throwing away money. It's a decision first, but it's in the mind, not the pocketbook.
Right.
If I'm gonna come back from Seattle here, I'm gonna see trucks. I'm gonna see some trucks, Silverados. Guess what you see? You can't stop from seeing Silverados. They're everywhere. Why is that? Because your mind makes it true. But you gotta get your mind right to get your pocketbook right. Everybody's got not everybody, most of us poor folks have it backwards. Rich people know this. What they do is they make money, they put it in the market, and let the market work for them. And then after a while, it's making so much money. Remember how it doubles? They go to sleep. The money's still working for them. We're still working for the money, 2 or 3 jobs, like Jamaicans. I mean, we're making money and working, but the money ain't working for us. That's why it's best to have your own business. Your own business. I want a chance to see if y'all got this concept down, because I'm not quite sure. I mean, this side of the room, they might have it, but I'm not sure about y'all. I got the test, and I got my cheat sheet here. This side, I want y'all to say $1,000 a day. Every day for 35 days. I'm gonna give you $1,000. Next day, $1,000. Next day, $1,000. Over here, I'm gonna give y'all a penny. And I'm gonna double the amount every day. 1 penny, the next day is 2 pennies. The next day is 4 pennies. Okay, you follow me?
Yeah.
$1,000. After 3 days, y'all got $3,000. Y'all got 8 cents. We're not patient. You know why? Because we don't understand. This is gonna blow your mind. Now, if anybody's mind is not blown, please come to me. I'll give your money back. I mean, I'm telling you. $1,000 a day on day 7. Y'all got $7,000. Over here, you got 2 pennies, 4 pennies, 8 pennies, 16 cents. 6, you got 32 cents, and 6 on day 7, you have 64 cents over here. Now, how much y'all feeling good about that? These people got $7,000, you got 16 cents, but you're doubling it every day. They get $1,000. Well, see, most of us are used to money that we can understand. This we don't understand, which is why we don't gravitate to it. But if you ever get this, your mind will never go back to the 1,000. But I just want to make sure that y'all with me. I would be impatient over here. That's just me. Day 7, 7,064 cents. Day 15, they have $15,000 because it's $1,000 every day, right? And you ain't doing nothing with it. We ain't telling me to invest in the market, just giving it and just putting it in the mattress. Over here, day 15. Y'all got $163.84. $15,000, $163.84. You see why you get kind of nervous? You're like, I ain't really making it here. But it ain't about what you know, it's what you understand. It ain't about who you know, it's what you understand. You get your mind right, you get your money right. Rich white people know this. Rich black people know this. Rich Asian people, all rich people that are rich. I don't mean people just giving some money. The ones that have money and keep making it, they understand this. They will stay right over there with $163. Because $163 doubles every day. Over here, it's not doubling, right? Day 15. Y'all hang with me now. You got $15,000. Day 15, you got 163. Okay? Let me go 20. Day 20, you got $20,000. Day 20 is only $5,242. You really don't have, y'all ain't catching up that fast. Remember, it's doubling time, interest, and money. How long does it take for these people to match up to these folks? Anybody have a guess? Because right now, at $20,000 versus $5,000, that's the difference. Okay, let me blow your mind here. On day 30, they have $30,000. Day 30 over here, $5,368,709.12. $709.12. The penny that doubled every day to 2 to 4 to 8 is now, yeah. 5 million, 30,000, 5 million. If you know you can make $5 million off a penny, and you know you can double it every day, the banks know that. Why do you think they want your money? They gonna make every one of y'all that put money in the bank, they can make this on your money, and they do every day. We don't, because we don't know. Do we know now?
Yes.
Now do y'all understand what I'm saying? Now the Rule of 72 kind of help you get there, but who gets this? This is crazy. Day 35, y'all got $35,000, y'all run around happy, ready to buy Escalade. These people have $171,798,691.18 with the penny doubling every day. Who would take that out the market? I'd leave it there too. Y'all can buy Escalade. How much you have after the car's bought?
Also.
And that's all. That ain't even the new one. The new one, 105.
Y'all see what I'm saying? If you have your money working for you, this is what happens to it. If it don't work for you, that's what most people do. And I'm talking about all people are like this. Rich understand it, poor does not. Working people do not understand this. Owners kind of understand it, but they're in the same boat as us. Rich, wealthy people who ain't even working, they understand this. The time, and if you got a lot of time, you don't need a lot of interest. If you got a lot of interest, you need a lot of time. If you don't either one of them, you don't need a lot of money. So you just got to get that together. Y'all follow what I'm saying? This penny thing, I threw me up for a loop. I had to write this down. I didn't believe, as a matter of fact, when the dude told me, I said, I want you to, we had the calculators, we was on, make you do it. So I wrote it down, y'all. I couldn't memorize this. A penny doubling, said, well, how you going to double every day? The secret is going to be in this room. I ain't telling people online. This is people in this room. Y'all see the difference? A penny, 2, 4, 16 to day 5, 5,000. Day 15, $15,162. Just people, 15 days, I only got a few days left. I kind of get that, you know, let me sell that stock. It ain't making me no money. That's what we always do. When the crash comes, I'm praying for crashes. I'm sorry, I'm praying for crashes. Because if I can get a crash, and I can go buy a whole bunch of stock for $35,000, and then let it go do this. You follow what I'm saying? Crash, baby, crash. I'm buying it. It's like buying a Cadillac for $2 instead of $50,000. Who would want to pay $50,000 when you can buy it for $2? You see why white people who are rich do options, they do stock brokers, they do all kind of stuff that we don't do because we want to guarantee. If I can get your money, I will make this kind of return. You get a guarantee of 4%. Matter of fact, I'll make it better. I'll give you 6%. Guaranteed, I don't care if the whole country go down, I'm gonna give you 6%. You're like, I feel good about that. But I'm making this.
Right.
I ain't no guarantee over here though. See, we have been down so long as people, we lack guarantees. And it guarantees you to be poor. That's what it does. Because we don't understand time, interest, and money. That's the key. Does this get, y'all get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all understand how your money works? You can get 5% of the market, you can get 10% of the market, you can get 15. How can you get 25, 18%? You got a business. If you got a business, you can actually get double your money this year. And you see how doubling your money works. What if you make $100,000 in your business this year and take it and put it in the market? Keep doing your business, just take that money and just leave it there one time. Remember that $1,000 doubles every 6 years?
Yeah.
What if you can get 12%? In 6 years, your 100,000, 200,000, you ain't do nothing to it. Easy to do if you know where to go. Can you get 12%? Every day. Every day. You hear these no-load mutual funds, y'all heard of those? Let me explain you how mutual funds work. This is so simple. Mutual funds work like this. You get a pot, you put 300 of the best companies in America in there, and you better stock them. AT&T, Xerox, Verizon, all them. In order for you, it's gonna go up and down, right? So if you were looking for something to go up all the time, you're gonna be disappointed. You want something down all the time, you're gonna be disappointed. It goes up and down. You gotta understand how it works. And see, rich people understand how it works. Y'all go get, here's an idea. Here's how stock market goes since 1901. It goes up and down every day. Up and down every day. I want you to notice something. What's common here?
It's the
It's
way
going up
up.
every time. And people trying to sell here and they trying to buy here. That's what they trying to do. But look what it does. The rich people know that. They don't care who the president is. It's gonna do this every day, no matter what happens, rain, shine, but they know it's going up every day. So they get a mutual fund, they buy 300 of the best companies in America, and you buy stock in each one of them. So you now own Amazon, you own this. In order for you to lose all of that money, all 300 companies have to go bankrupt next Tuesday at noon. Half of them go, you still got your money. 299 go, you still got your money. But if it goes really bad, what the money managers do, they take the money out of the market, put it in the money market, and let it sit. Then it goes back, they put it right back in there. Who's gonna lose? That's where AT&T's money is. That's where Wells Fargo's money is. It's in these mutual funds. But in order for you to get one, $100,000, $300,000 just to get in. Remember what I said about the fine print? Go to a bank and ask them, can I get in this mutual fund for less than $300,000? Well, if you do periodic investing, $50 a month, why did you tell me that in the first place? You ain't rich, which is why they don't tell you. But if you go in your best suit, in your best dress, and you say, I have about $300,000, I'm ready to go with it. Deal with it. I'm thinking about doing mutual funds. Cool, Mr. Johnson jumps, he hears that. Mr. Johnson jumps out and he grabs you and you have now cake for the next hour. You have coffee, the good coffee, not the kind at the front. They have a whole different coffee in the back. Mr. Johnson, so nice, so sweet to you, because you got $300,000 to put in his bank, because he's gonna make the big money with your money. But see, what I'm saying is, bypass the middleman and go straight to the deal. Bypass insurance companies and go straight to the market. Bypass the banks. If you know that this mutual fund gives 12%, just buy there. Don't go to the bank to go there, just go there. So how do you find them? Every September, I forget this magazine, I'll think of it in a minute. Every September, this magazine comes out, mutual fund report. In September, it comes out with all the mutual funds in the whole world, and they have listed all their performance. 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, lifetime. You just don't pick one. They all work the same. All of them have 300 companies. All of them work the same way. If the market crashes, the money's pulled out, put in gold, and when they come back up, they put it back in. Because they ain't gonna lose that $171 million. They may lose somebody else, but they ain't gonna lose theirs. So you can get that I'll think of it in a minute, but it's a magazine you see every day. But in September is when it sells out. And it is mutual fund survey for the year, and it has all the refund. I used to look at that every set, and they always used to sell out. But I wasn't doing that before. And so I never knew. There's a lot I didn't know nothing about it, but the rich people knew. So that's the key. Mutual funds are really, you see how it works. That's pretty much guaranteed. If 299 companies go bankrupt, America gone. Who's worried about it, Barry? All the banks gone, all the insurance companies gone. If 300 go down, we toast. It ain't gonna go down at the same time. It's not gonna happen. Too many rich people have safeguards to keep that from happening. So you ain't gotta worry about it. That's close to guarantee, I know. Which is why Wells Fargo wants your money. Have anybody ever heard of Wells Fargo giving you tickets to the Mariners for an open up account? How about $1,000 to open up an account? $500. Chase now is giving you $750 to open an account. Right now. Open an account right now, $750. In your pocket. Put that in the rule of 72.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all catch you. If you can get money from wherever you can get it, put it in the market and let it roll. If you put more in it, it's just really gonna go, okay? The key is making your money work for you. And one of the ways to make the most money is get you a business and do good business. Y'all don't do shade tree. Don't do shade tree mechanic stuff. Do good. If you do hair, do good hair. Don't mess people up. If you do yards, do a good job. Just don't take the money. You can't do good business when you're doing poor service. And a lot of our community do poor service. We ain't on time, we always late, and we ask for refunds. Do good. If I'm telling you, y'all do good, you're gonna make some money. I'm telling you. Here's what you should do. Do good business. First of all, remember, if you're gonna do good in Trump's economy, real estate, a business, and know the stock market. You ain't gotta know it all, just know about it. Just how the money works is all you need to know. Somebody will come here and tell you where to put it. So here's what you need to do. If you got a business, get incorporated first. We got so many people, I got a business, I've been doing it for 20 years, I ain't never wrestled with Secretary of State. I'm thinking, well, have you got any benefits? Well, no, I'm still struggling. Well, you've been doing it for 20 years. You probably know what you're doing. You're probably an expert. How come you ain't making no money? Well, first you gotta do good business, treat people right, and guess what? They come back to you, and they bring their friends. But if you don't do good business, you've been doing it for 20 years and still struggling. Get you an insurance person. Y'all need to find an insurance pro who knows more than you do. Get you an attorney, get you an accountant. Those three people next to your spouse and your mama should be your best people you talk to. And grandmothers, they got the most credit. Grandmothers are probably the best resource we all have. Mama's a second. These three should be next. Accountant, attorney, and a business pro. If you get to know one of these, you can bounce stuff off of them. It's cheaper if you talk to them before you act. But if you don't know one, oh yes, $600 an hour. I'm $350 an hour, and I'm just mid-level in Pierce County. My counterparts are $600 in Bellevue, they're $850. Do the same thing, not even as good, more money. Liability, if you have a business, you're probably gonna have interaction with the public. You need liability insurance on it. Everybody knows, everybody got a house, you have liability insurance on it, you got a car. How many people know about an umbrella insurance? Umbrella, it's for your business and it's for you.
I heard about it, I know about it, but I'm involved in it, so I'm still having separate.
Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma. I'm gonna make this real simple. You gonna want it after this. If you have a business that's doing good business and you have a lot of people, you're gonna have some liability, right? It's gonna cost you a whole bunch of money, like $100,000, $200,000. It costs a lot. The more insurance you have, the more it costs. But when you get an umbrella, you just go and get a certain level of insurance. Like if you have a car, don't get the $25,000. Get the $100,000 liability. You can add an umbrella on that. And guess how much $1 million an umbrella costs? $300 a year. Business costs $600 a year. So you have $100,000 on your car, and you have $1 million behind it. You got $1.1 million if you have a wreck. You can get a whole bunch of legal advice with a $1.1 million. People will go to law school to get your money. You got $1.1 million. It's a lot. You will feel good if you got $1.1 million, knowing you can afford to pay it, because that's what it is. But the umbrella, guess who they tell? The rich people. Don't tell the people who buy the policies. Think about the people who own the company. They tell bank trustees, not bank employees. Umbrella. That's how you should do it. Instead of paying a whole bunch of money, like $300,000, just pay the minimum amount and then buy umbrella and get you one for your business or get you one for your personal. If you're a professional, you just get one that covers each one of your areas. Because it's only, like I said, $300, $600. You get a claim, it covers you. So once your $100,000 is up, the $1 million comes and does it. Key man insurance is the same thing. How many of you guys have a business and somebody else in business with you? Partner, spouse. If you have one, that person is probably real important to your business. If you're like a small firm, you're very important, and so are they. Key man insurance allows you to buy insurance on your business partner. So if, like Mr. Jackson, if your business partner is gone, that's a big to your business. You're gonna need some time to regroup. Would $2 million will help you?
Definitely.
And that's what it's for. If that person's gone, the insurance pays the business for that person's contribution to the business.
Oh, man,
I'm
okay.
thinking, you can insure your business partners?
Yeah.
Rich people do.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something that's so sad. If I can get it, me and Andrea have opportunity. If we can get into this, we're gonna do it. Do you know these record companies are buying life insurance on the rappers?
Yep.
Because they know they're gonna die.
Yep.
And guess who gets $1 million when they get shot up in LA?
The record company.
Not the money.
I think that's wrong.
Right.
Completely.
That's wrong, y'all. And so we know somebody in the music industry. We'll see if we can go work with that, because that's ridiculous. The mama should be buying the life insurance.
Hello.
$1 million. And that's what they do. All the big companies buy it on the rappers. They don't buy it on the rockers.
What?
They don't buy, well, they probably do it on rockers because they die soon too.
Yeah.
But you know, pop, easy listening, ain't nobody buying that. 'Cause they ain't nobody. If you have a hard life, they gonna buy it. keyman insurance is so important. If it's important to your business, it's important to the insurer, and you can do it. Identity theft. Y'all, all I can tell you is prevent. Ain't nothing you can do. Don't call me. Don't call the government, because ain't nothing you can do. If you have identity theft, it's gonna take you, and I didn't believe them, but I'm a victim of it, and it says 2 years and $20,000 it can cost you out your pocket to get your stuff straight. Somebody robbed me on the weekend, took all my keys, my rental houses, my house, everybody's. It cost me at least $1,500 that weekend, because it was a weekend of a holiday. And it took me about 18 months. They even caught the guy who went to jail. Usually they don't catch him, and then went to jail. They caught my guy with all my credit cards on the east side.
But these are still good, we good people.
It was all canceled. But the thing was, it took me 18 months to get it straight. I had to fix the car that they broke the window in. My little bag, they thought it was money, it was a camera. I mean, just all kind of stuff, 18 years. So get identity theft. Yeah, everybody's heard of LifeLock.
Yeah.
Everybody's right. I ain't saying they bad. Identity Guard, Aura, LifeLock, I mean, all these are really good. They're like the top 10.
Right.
Here's what you want to do. Look them up and research them. Identity theft only helps you after you do it. Now, some of them do monitoring of your credit while it's there. Some of them do it after the fact, and some do before the fact. Go on what you want, not how much it costs, because the one that's the worst one up here costs the most.
Of course.
And don't go by LifeLock. That's the one that advertised said, I'm so confident, I'm gonna put my social security number on 20 billboards in the United States, and ain't nobody gonna get them because we that confident. Them suckers been sued 20 times because they broke his stuff 20 times. So the Attorney General's office have sued LifeLock for lying, cheating, and stealing.
Yeah.
You telling me, and they did. They actually did use the guy's social security number. They ain't that good. They better now. Since they got caught by all these about 18 attorney generals, they real good. Now's the time to go.
Yeah.
You know, when the restaurant get closed down for food poisoning,
Yeah.
the next day is the time to go eat.
Right.
Same here. So they good, but just go buy what you want. Some good for families, and they're like $5 a month, $15 a month, $25 a month, $30 a month. The ones at $30 a month probably is not that good. When I looked at the stuff, the ones that cost the most, which is what's that prepaid legal? Prepaid legal is now something else. It's called something else, but they have an identity theft. It's $29, and it's after they got your money and went to New York and made a credit card. Now they want to come and help you. You want to prevent the people before. So it's good to have $5, $10, $15. Probably the middle ones are good, but just look and see what they're going. It's really helpful because you can't go to police, you can't go to Attorney General's office, you can't call an attorney, nobody can help you, nobody's gone, and nothing we can do. So who all got a debit card in here? How many people got a credit card? Which one's safe to use? Right, why is that? Because if you have a problem, you can call them 60 days to try to fix it. Debit card, you're gone.
Yeah.
So what should you do? Protect yourself, because ain't nothing else you can do. Okay? Do I got one of those things protection? I told you what protection comes, right? Who knows what these are? RFID. Y'all know how they work?
Yeah.
They block like.
So let me tell you how these identity thefts are doing now. They walking in with this machine underneath their jacket and saying, "Bzzz,"
Yeah.
and now they've got all your license and your information. They're in Jamaica, making credit cards and Europe. And see, now they get good when they use your social security number, your address, and your name. So when they check it, it's real. When they check it, it's real. When they check it, it's real, but it ain't all real together.
Right.
This is all you can get to protect you, because once they get you, it's, and if it's a credit card, you might can tell them. If it's a debit card,
Yeah.
banks is here to make money in the market, not protect you.
Right.
Y'all got me? They're here to get your money for them, not for you. Okay, you definitely get one of those. Identity theft. So essentially, how many people want to get in business? Everybody says, I want to get in business. Do you have a plan to get out? You got a succession plan? So if you get a business, a real estate business, what's your plan to get out? You need an exit plan, because if you don't do an exit plan, your business will die on the vine when it goes to some creditor. And how do I know? Because been doing programs for 25 years, and all these businesses go under, and so do the house. It will go to the grandkids, all the kids, it goes to creditors.
So any business we have, we need
A succession plan.
Okay.
You need a succession plan. How many people say, okay, I'm gonna get registered with the Secretary of State, I'm good to go, right? How many of you have an operating agreement to go with your business that you registered with the Secretary of State? Yeah. How many people open up an account at a bank, separate from your business account? I mean, for your personal account, you got a business account. You need to register with the state, you need to have an operating agreement, and you need to have a separate account for your business. Do not use your personal credit card for business.
Right.
Do not use your business for that. You have to keep them separate.
Right.
And, okay, how many people have like one person, LLC or sole proprietor, one person business, okay? How many business meetings did you have last year? How many did you have last year? I'm talking about business meetings. Your business, how many business meetings did you have?
I have some,
You have learned.
so when I talk to Kayla, I write that down as a
That's
business.
right, that's right.
I learned.
Y'all hear me? Now, if, the second thing I want you to know is I know this for sure. Time, interest, and money is the most important things I'm gonna say, other than I have a lovely wife and she's a good sport. The second most important thing I'm gonna say is have a business meeting, at least 3. Let me show you an example. Right here in Parkland, I got a friend, really good mechanic, really helps all the church people. People take advantage of him because he's so good and he's kind, they don't want to pay. And so he's been in business 20-some years, and he's been a friend of mine, helps him work on my car. And the government came down and did an audit and said, oh, yeah, you got your registration? Yeah, you got your, I don't think he had an operating agreement. He had this, okay, give me your business meeting. He said, I'm a single person, LLC. I ain't got no business meeting. I want to meet with myself. They said, give me your things. They was going to charge him $50,000 more in taxes because he didn't have no business meeting. Why is that? Because businesses have meetings, hobbies do not. Hobbies are sole proprietors. Hobbies don't have a business account. Hobbies don't have a business credit card account. They have no DUNS number. They operate whenever they can, and they have no meetings. Businesses at least have one meeting a year. IBM always has a meeting. Sears always have a meeting because they're businesses. You have to have one. I said do 3. So let me tell you how good God is. This guy's a God-fearing, and some grandmother was praying for him. He was going to pay $50,000. He didn't know what he was going to do. He was crying and snotting and all this stuff. And I said, you should listen to what I'm telling you. He said, well, I need these business meetings. I said, well, business meetings? I said, you mean all the credentials you gave them? They talking about a business meeting? I said, wait a minute. He said, well, what can I do? I said, well, wait a minute. Let me tell you how good God is. I have been coming to your shop for at least 10 years. And we've been talking about business. I'm an attorney, I keep my records. I know what I talked to him 5 years ago at 9 o'clock. And so I created 3 meetings for 9 years for him to go to the, and $50,000 gone. That business meeting saved him so much money. Y'all know whose feet he kisses every time? Kiss me more than Andrita. I'm telling you, he kisses my feet. A business meeting form was the key to hobby business.
I have the form. Thank
And you can get it easy. LLC, S corp, everybody has a business. You need that. And get a succession plan. Because see, what you want to do is build this business, make it valuable, and give it to somebody. Give it to your friends, give it to your family, give it to somebody. But otherwise, don't trust those grandkids to go. I'm telling you, I'm going to do a probate. Grandkids don't take care of it. They just let it go, and all the money's gone. Emergency plan for your website. Who remembers COVID in here? Some of y'all probably forgot. See, this side, for the pennies, they probably forgot COVID even exists. Because they was getting impatient on the pennies. Y'all probably forgot COVID. Okay? You need a backup plan. We're going to have earthquakes. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. We're going to have active shooters. You need a backup plan. You need to do that. Another thing you need, strong contracts. How many of y'all got customers? You give a proposal, and they approve it, you give money. Where's the contract? I mean, so if you have a contract, that means I sign, you sign, and here's what I'm gonna do. But if you have a proposal, that's a contract too. Did y'all know that? The proposal's a contract too, but guess what? If there's a lawsuit, guess what they're gonna sue you on? If you have a proposal, and the proposal's right here, They're not gonna sue on this stuff. They're gonna sue on all the stuff ain't in the contract.
Right.
That's what I'm doing right now as a business lawyer. I'm protecting somebody who didn't have no contract, like I told you. And now they suing for all the stuff he should have had in there. And they be able to prove that this exists when it ain't even there.
So do a proposal and a contract?
No, yes,
Or a-
proposal and a contract. Put your proposal in the contract. You just want a contract because if things go south, and they do, how many people know their business really well? You know your business really well, and so you can go to court and defend yourself, right? Not as a business. You are not allowed to represent yourself as a business in the state of Washington. Lawyers got it sold up. You gotta hire an attorney who got to go to court to represent your business, and you can represent you, but not your business. You have to have an attorney. So that's $25,000. If y'all ain't done it recently, it's $25,000. For the ones that'll take your case,
Right.
it's $25,000. The rest of them say, I ain't no slam dunk, I ain't doing it.
Right.
You need to have protections because the contracts will keep yourself out of court. Is this sinking in, y'all? Is this helpful?
Very, very.
Y'all understand how y'all money works? Because see, once you make this business, you're gonna make some money. You need to know what to do with that money. See, while the money's working for you, you're doing your business. If y'all had I won't say $100,000. What if you had $500,000 in the bank doing this, like the 172? How happy would you be in the business? How less stressed would you be?
So what is the contract and what's the proposal?
Those are things you put on the receipt, I'm gonna do cane,
Yeah.
here, and here's all the things I'm gonna do, and they sign and say, I concur, that's the proposal.
Right, and it has the numbers attached.
Yeah, numbers attached to it, that's just a proposal, what you're gonna do for the money.
Okay.
But what about the boilerplate stuff that the contract always has? Like, for instance, if you're doing a painting for the house, and if somebody falls on that paint job, they will sue you and the homeowner. Well, your contract should have indemnification, which says, if I get sued because of something you did, we get this together.
Right.
Otherwise, guess who they're gonna leave out hanging? You. And they're gonna sue you and them, but they don't leave you hanging. They gonna say, we're not in it. And you're in there, but you want your contract to say, we in this together.
So, might as well, that's what we're here
That's
for.
right,
As
right.
like consultants, Kayla and I do consulting.
You need that
She's
too.
amazing. So is there, a template though that we can use for
Yep, you
all?
can find online, LegalZoom, We the People, I love the people. They send me so many mistakes. I make so much money off of these mistakes. I'm not worried about AI or cheap legal advice because they always make mistakes and they'll come to me and I fix it. So good for them. Keep it going. Go with the people, y'all. Please. They get a Christmas card from me. That's how much money I make off of them. Cheap legal advice is cheap legal advice, and it ain't on the internet.
I'm gonna talk to you later, cause maybe we can come up with a group breakfast on a retainer.
Yeah, find your business, get your business
You know
lawyer.
what I mean?
Strong contracts, y'all. It keeps people from ripping you off because you got a strong contract. Employee manual. How many people got an employee manual for your business? And you might be a single person, but what if you have more than one person? How do you gonna operate? What if you're sick? Do they know what to do? If you train them right, they do. You have manual, get them good. What if you want to sell your business? Now that employee manual, because they don't know what to do. If you're not a franchise, you need to have an employee manual that says, this is what I do, and here's how I do it. Now, I don't even have one. Am I getting one? You know it. Because I got an HR sister, I wanted her to come so bad, but I was too late in telling her. She does nothing but HR. She's the HR specialist, now she's in her own business. And so she's gonna be helping do seminars with me on how to get your business HR compliant. So I'll introduce y'all to her. Y'all remember I was talking about identity theft just a minute ago? Do you know I was at a bank just yesterday with a client, and I came by and said, oh, they got the trash cans all locked up. And I said, well, why do you have trash cans locked up? Oh, it's a bank. They have people who do nothing but go to banks and look at their trash.
Yep, shred.
They're heaven. They can get your credit card, your this, and they just make so much money. You gotta shred your stuff. They're now looking at small businesses to get their stuff, to get to clients of those people. Even law firms are now, you think it's the big money, like Amazon. They're now targeting small law firms who don't antivirus computer. So they can get in their thing and find a Microsoft, so they can get Microsoft. They ain't want us. We ain't big enough. They want the people we dealing with.
Right.
So all the attorneys are in trouble because they get targeted with these sophisticated people from overseas, and that's what's happening to us. Get you some antivirus, get you some protection, get double locks on your doors, do everything you can to protect yourself because it's too late after the fact.
Right.
Shred your paperwork.
Yeah.
Do not throw your bills in the trash. People, the homeless, you think they're looking for food. A lot of them looking for paperwork. They make so much money doing that. So much. You got a business. How you protect it? Do you want to work hard and throw the money business away? You want to protect the business. So we're about to talk about succession plan. Get one.
Before you go, I got something going, but you talked something about insurance.
Oh.
What kind of insurance for the business?
Oh, it's liability insurance.
Yeah, the umbrella.
If you're a professional, umbrella, it's called umbrella. So if you have liability insurance on your car, you get an umbrella. If you have liability insurance on your house, you get an umbrella. Whatever your business is,
Right.
it protects you personally or your business personally. And it only costs like $300 a year for a person and $600 a year.
And
And
business liability, I need to talk to you because I'm thinking more. For
That's
$1
why I'm here.
million, $1 or $2 million coverage?
for $1 million, it costs $650
How?
a year.
I know you're paying way more.
Way more than that.
But see, you paying for the amount, you paying for the liability insurance. Put the liability on top of it. You might be paying $1,000 or whatever it is, but the $1 million is on top of that. It ain't replacing it, it's on top of it. But you got $1 million on top of what you're paying for. But it's only $600 a year more. And it's called business insurance, umbrellas, and that's why they tell you, you must be rich.
No, I'm just saying that I don't pay that, I feel like I pay a lot more than that.
Yo, of course
That's
you
why we
do.
need to talk about, like.
You should
we
lower
have
it
the
down.
umbrella, we have the umbrella.
Right, lower it
And I
down
have-
and get the umbrella, because you don't have to pay you don't get to have the high amount of interest in the umbrella, just get the minimum. Sometimes it's 100,000, sometimes it's 200,000, and then you put the umbrella on there. They won't let you get an umbrella for $50,000. You gotta have a certain amount, and then umbrella, but it's only I just reviewed mine, it's $600 for business, $300 for personal, and all the insurance companies do it, but they only tell who? The rich people. Not white people, rich people. There's a difference here. Succession plan, that's important, Ron. You know what's second important? Vacation plan.
Yes, sir.
Vacation plan is more important than a succession plan. Because vacation gonna come every year. You're gonna be burned out every year. Succession plan is after it's all over. It's gonna be all over real fast if you don't hurry up and get a vacation plan. You should have mandatory vacation plan for your people, for you. Just take it, because guess when you get your best ideas? When you go to Tahiti, see them umbrella drinks. When you're talking about the Rule 72, while you on Tahiti, it's making 6%, 12%, 18%. You be getting this great ideas. You know what? I think I'm gonna sell the Barrettes when I get back. You know, it's a whole bunch of stuff you can do if you get on it. Matter of fact, here's a good idea. Find something you like that's really fun and just do it online. That's it. That's the idea. Something fun, you know. Give me an idea. 10 years ago, I'm driving from Seattle to Tacoma for one of my trials, and I hear this guy on the radio. He likes Prince. So he gets on the internet and talks about Prince all day for 5 hours a day. Millions of dollars he makes to talk about Prince. I like Prince. I could have done that. He talks about Prince. He ain't no Prince expert. He don't know Prince. He just talks about Prince, and there's so many people that like Prince, they just get on there and talk about Prince. Everybody talks about Prince, and he makes millions of dollars because the advertisers are all around him that pays the money. It ain't the Prince people or the Prince lovers, it's the advertisers about the Prince. Find your hobby, put it online, and just keep doing it. Because remember, you're doing it for fun. You can make money. Remember that penny? Y'all see what I'm saying? You get $500,000 in the market, I don't care what you're doing over here. This money is gonna keep going no matter. If you're doing your business bad, this money's good. Money don't care if you're doing it good or bad. It continues to go on the rate of interest, not how well you do. Get your vacation plan, you'll get some good ideas. Family estate plan. How many people would like to get this $1 million and then just give it away? Remember, you made $1 million, you just give it away. How many people want to do that? How many people have a will? How many people love their family? If you love your family, get a will. If you don't love your family, don't get a will. If you want to be foolish, please don't get a will.
But what if I don't, like, I have no children, I have no husband, I have no house.
They're going to find you the most. Her little shoes that she had when she was 8th grade, the brothers going to fight over that. She think it ain't nothing. The brothers is sentimental. They will get lawyered up to fight over your shoes. It ain't got nothing to do with what you got. It's what you got. You see that cute shoe? Maybe they should fight over it. But they don't care and treat them. You remember this story. Some of us smoke and drink, really depression. Me and Andrea go to auctions. That's how we release depression. All these high level stuff we do together, we go to auctions and just instead of smoking and drinking, we go to auctions. At the auction, we used to go so much that we became locals. And then all the rich people, do rich people go to auctions? Most don't.
Really?
Smart ones do, but most don't. Very smart people do. So we go to auctions as pennies on the dollar. So the auctioneer knows us. And so he says all the good stuff for us. He said, I'm gonna tell you about this probate I got. 3 plates, probably worth $300. This little plate you put on the wall. In Tacoma, 3 brothers and sisters fought when they got a lawyer at $600 an hour, and they all fought over those 3 plates. See how much in the shoes may be worth more than 3 plates? They spent $30,000 each in attorney's fees over 3 plates, and they still didn't settle the thing. You know what happened? They went back to the auction and got sold for $150. Andrea was there. We could have almost sold the place. I said, well, I want to find out what kind of plates these are. It's a random kind of plates. But it ain't what you have. It's a sentimental picture. So if you have a will, you tell people where you want it to go. If you don't have a will, it's up to the creditors and the family to fight over your trinkets.
So because I don't have a will, but I have executive.
Yeah, you're the executive for somebody else.
So my niece, I have her as
That's
my
good.
medical.
Oh, that's the living will.
How will she, like, over, just like my medical or something?
That's the living will. So let me tell you about estate plans. So, this is my favorite stuff. Estate plan is very simple. Everybody in this room, except Dawn, need 3 things. You need a last will and testament that says what happens when you leave. You need a power of attorney for finances, which deals with your Comcast, all your financial stuff. And it said, the will stuff don't help you with bills. Comcast don't help you when you die. And then you have what she's mentioning, which is a living will or an advanced directive. And they call it different things. So you got last will and testament, we know what that is. Power of attorney for finances. Then you have a power of attorney for healthcare, but they call it power of attorney for healthcare, advanced directive, living will, healthcare directive. It's the same thing. All 4 things is the same thing. Living will. So let me tell you how much these attorneys you got for it. They went around and said, oh yeah, you need a living will, like it's brand new. You need a living will. It's advanced directive like everybody else has. And they get it in hotels, they dress up in a suit and say, you need a living will, I can get you one. Because you can't help with the power of attorney, you can't help with the will, and they charge all these money, they make a whole bunch of money. You can work with the people like that. Not that I recommend, but you could. Living wills are very helpful. Last will adjustments are very helpful. Power of attorney is very helpful. Everybody needs all 3. Now the question is, do we need a living trust too? Some people do. These people with the penny, they definitely need a trust. These $35,000, they might not need a trust. Sometimes a trust is very helpful, sometimes it's not. If you have a special needs child or a drunk uncle that you're taking care of, a trust can help you do that. If you have a house, a trust can help you protect it. If you have money, and some of us gonna have money after today, right?
Yes.
You need to protect it because none of that stuff stops probate.
Right.
You have a will, you still gotta do probate. It's cheaper and better, but it doesn't avoid it.
Oh, really?
Trust does. Power of attorney doesn't avoid probate. Living will doesn't avoid probate. You want to do all that stuff. So that's a whole nother thing, is have an estate plan to protect your assets while you're living and then when you pass. Because I'm telling you, I've been doing trust and wills and probate for 25 years, it's a shame, y'all. They just give away money. I have this one family that I was a business partner with his wife, and he was in the military, and they had 2 sons. She died suddenly, then he died suddenly, and he had a $200,000 business with GSHS. And he tried to get his son, man, just come learn this. No, he won't come here. Come on, just learn this. He wanted to be a borrower instead of an owner. He had a $200,000 business that was running itself. The son wouldn't do it. He now is got a baby's mama, no job, no house, no money, no nothing, when he could have $200,000 running itself. He didn't understand time, interest, money. He understands greed, but he didn't understand time, interest, and money. That's what happens with business. If you don't get some written down, your business is going to float away with it. That's all you're going to do. Family trust for personal assets. If you have a house, you might want to consider a trust. If you have a boat, if you have rental property, you might consider a trust. Now, here's how a trust works. It's like a bowl that you put assets in. So it's just a shell. Nothing's in it. It's just a shell. And so what you're doing is you're getting a trust set up, and you're putting stuff in it to protect it. Now, if you put it in a trust, it's over here. And if you die, what happens to the trust? It's still over there. Because it ain't yours no more. It's the trust. So the trust is like a living person. Like a business is a business entity. Trust is a business entity. It has its own social security number. It does its own taxes. It has its own manager, which is a trustee. It's its own thing. And everybody thinks this sounds so sexy to have a trust, but it takes paperwork. And most of us ain't used to paperwork. We ain't got Secretary of State done. So you know we ain't got paperwork done. So a trust takes work, and it's helpful, but they cost $3,000 in Pierce County. King County is $6,000. Same trust, same number of pages. In Bellevue is $12,000 to $15,000 for the same 100 pages. Same document, same words. 12,000, 6,000, 3,000.
Keith, why don't you share the importance of having a trust, like if you have elderly parents and they may need help with DSHS.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a home, tell them how to work that.
For some of y'all almost baby boomers, y'all will face this. You take care of grandkids, you take care of mom and dad. The trust, here's the thing. If you put the money in a trust, it's over there. But GSHS can come after that money. After 5 years, they got 5 years to look back. So you do a trust today, hopefully your parents live 5 years, because if they don't, if they live and die 2 years, GSHS said, hey, we our $400,000 we gave in Medicare. And they come back and make a claim against the state, and then nobody can fight them. I've been looking for a case. I've been looking to fight them forever. Too strong. They're the only people you have to tell when you die. You ain't got to do a probate, but you got to tell DSHS. Because they want their money back. And I have put more grandmothers they have put more grandmothers out of their house because of that. So if you put it in a trust and live past the 5-year period, it ain't nobody, no creditors can get it, no family members can get it, no shysters, no identity theft, nobody can get it because it's not yours. Your trust is over here, and you're over here. When somebody sues you, they don't know about that. They don't have to be in your name.
And your parents can still live in the home.
Oh, yeah. And keep the home, because the trust owns it. Right. They've written it. Because the trust owns it. Right. Now, here's the good part. You run the trust, because you're the trustee. But it's not yours. So they sue you, they get what you get. The trust is over here. Very helpful to have a trust.
So trust, you should
Put stuff in it.
in like, so even,
Accounts,
okay.
loans, houses.
So when DSHS asks for an accounting, how much does the family have?
Right.
You don't have to mention anything about the trust,
The
because the
family
trust owns itself.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't in the trust, then of course you say, well, we have this house, and they say, it's ours now.
It is.
But
And
you
you
can
know
put
what I
like
can
the
find.
trust and everything, like, I did that with my parents. With all of
That was
their
smart.
properties in a trust.
Yes.
So you're saying like my dad's passed on, but if my mom were to get sick or something, we don't have to mention.
No, you don't.
Property is in her.
How would you mention something ain't yours?
Yeah,
'Cause
as
it's-
long as she lives 5 years after she's made the trust.
It's a separate entity. That's why rich people have them. How many people live like the Kennedys? I know how it is. The Kennedys, the Rockefellers, all the grandchildren have $1 million and $1 million trust for them. Y'all remember when we was talking about that, $20 a month? The 65 years, you have a whole bunch? All the Kennedy kids got that. They got $1 million life insurance, which probably costs $10 a month, and they have $1 million in the trust. And then they have an insurance policy that when they die, it replenishes the trust. So every uncle from the Kennedy died, all the money goes back in the trust for all the grandkids.
So with the trust though, like I could go on the Washington, the whatever, and do the trust, but I need to just file for it. But I need to see you for all the paperwork.
Well, the trust is so complicated, ain't got no line you can get. Now you go legal Zoom and we the people, please do that. Please do that. But it's cookie cutter. So here's how it works. Here's the difference between attorney and online. Online is you do the trust or the will or whatever, and if you die and move to the left, it pays. If you die and fall to the right, you're still dying, but you fall to the right, and the trust didn't say that, or the will didn't say that, it don't count. You might well not have the will. You wasted your $79.98. Now, it'd be $300, $400, $600 with me, but when you die, it does what you say. No matter which way you die, backwards or forwards, you did, your money go to your kids. With these cookie cutters, it has to be what the cookie cutter says, not what the cookie cutter didn't say. See why I'm in business? Just as busy, love with people, don't dog them at all. A lot of people wouldn't get estate plans, but weird people. But a lot of people get weird people think it's gonna solve all their problems because it's cookie cutter, and nobody dies to the left. They die all the way over here. Nobody thought about that. That's why you need to turn. We ain't gonna go up. AI ain't messing with us. We good because AI didn't think of this.
But we can file for it through the IRS.gov.
Oh, no. A trust is a document that you do at home. You get either, if LegalZoom do it, we the people do it, or I do it, it's at home. You do it, you don't file it anywhere. Trust is private. All the Kennedys got trust, and they glove compartment in their house. Don't nobody know what it is because it's not public. Wills are public, trust are not. What do you think the rich people have? Every one of them, they got a will too. But they have a trust, that's what all they asset. Berkshire Hathaway, what's his name? Warren Buffett, he got trust. Bill Gates, they have trust. Their money's in trust because it's private. You don't have to file it nowhere. Your name in there. Matter of fact, you can do this. I laugh so hard because this is really true. You can name your trust whatever you want. Don't make it your name. You can make your trust Pebbles and Bam Bam. And one of our dearest people that just died a couple years ago, y'all would know her name if I said it, one of my clients. She named her trust Pebbles. Pebbles Family Trust. The family said, what is that? What does Keith doing to this woman? This is crazy. But it don't have to be your name. She listened, but I found out that Pebbles was their favorite dog. They love Pebbles, and they wanted it outside their name. And so they was getting ready to inherit from California, and they said, get your papers in order. And they said, well, what's that? So I got their papers in order, and they inherited it into Pebbles Trust. That family kisses my feet every time I see them, because Pebbles is paying them off every month. Pebbles. I didn't think they was gonna do that. I'm just giving an example. They named them Pebbles. Now I know why. So you can go to trust Pebbles. They gotta be the Armstrong trust. It should be any trust because it's not public and it's private and it stays private unless somebody sues.
Sharon has a question.
Oh, sure.
Can trust be revocable or irrevocable?
Revocable over here for y'all rich people with the pennies. Irrevocable over here because y'all don't lose $35,000. Irrevocable is it costs more, and it's very seldom done because if you make it today, you can't change it tomorrow.
I think that should be the next workshop. succession
Right.
planning and trust.
Yeah.
Like bring your
80%.
papers and laptops, and that's what we do.
80% of the people get revocable trust. They don't do the revocable. Even though, see, everybody get a trust, they think, I got a trust, I'm protected from creditors and all this kind of people. What everybody thinks, irrevocable actually does. Revocable one doesn't protect you that much, but it puts it over here. So that's the key. Both of them help you, but revocable ones you can change as things change, and that's why you need it. It, for most people, is more important to have ability to change than to have this protection.
Right.
Because once you do, you can't just change when you feel like it, or, you know, you die, your husband died, that don't change nothing, because it's over here.
Right.
You gotta go to court with an attorney, file a motion, and tell the judge who's
Wow.
75 and white hair and not in your neighborhood, this is what I want to do. Do you think he knows you or your family? Do you think he has no values? You gotta convince him or her that this should be changed. If they agree, you get it. If they don't, you just paid your $600 an hour for nothing. People say, well, I ain't doing that. I'm doing revocable. And they all do. Now, here's another thing. People get these trusts, they hear them on TV, they hear them in magazines, they do all these revocable trusts. 7 out of 10 trusts in America, including my clients, have nothing in the trust. They pay $3,000 to get the bad boy, or $6,000, or $12,000. Ain't nothing in it. Why do you think that is? They spend so much money getting the trust, they won't spend the extra $500 to transfer the house into it. They might charge a little bit more, but you paid $12,000. You think the doggone person in Kirkland will at least give you $500 more advice.
Right.
See, it ain't about you. It's about a transaction of money with the bank. Remember I said they don't care about you?
Right.
Attorneys don't either. If you want some advice, you pay them $600, they'll give you the advice. Does it meet your needs? That don't matter. Is it the right advice? That don't matter. Do you understand it? That sure don't matter. They don't care whether you understand, because they want you to call back and ask questions. $600 phone call. It's a transaction. It ain't about you, it's about how much money. You give them $1,000, they give you $1,000 worth of stuff. Whether you understand it has nothing to do with it. Now, what's different between my firm and some of the other attorneys that are successful, it's a relationship. I'm helping you understand this so you know how it works. You know how it works up, you know how it works down, you know how it works sideways. You don't need me for every question because you understand how it works. That's what good professionals do. Accountants, insurance, they show you how the stuff works for you and how it don't work for you. And when they just do transactions, none of that is a consideration. They just get the money.
It is so important for you all to know that we find out what your problem is
First.
and then we solve your problem. So it's not about so much money and an hour, but
Right.
we work for you. And you come to us because you want a resolution, not to keep the thing ticking for us to have money.
Right, right.
Yeah, we solve
And
problems.
see, $350 an hour is what it is. And I have to charge you because I have a black wife. I'm just letting y'all know right now. There ain't no homie hookups while she's in the room. We're getting full price as far as y'all know. Talk to me later afterwards. I'm telling y'all what it is. As long as I got a black wife, y'all getting charged. And I love y'all, so I want to charge you. Because let me tell you what happens, y'all. Now, y'all might not know very many attorneys like me, but every black attorney I know gets discounted by the public, black and white, every one of them. Accountants and everything, but attorneys even more. I'm telling you, they will charge you, and you will not understand why they charge you. They just charge you. But because it's a relationship is what you want, not a transaction. You know, that's what you really want. That's what you really, really want. And I'll tell you, it's sometimes it's tough because what they'll do is they'll come to me for free and get all the information. I'll spend an hour explaining all of this trust to them. Instead of paying $350 an hour for me to do it, they'll go to Bellevue and pay $800. They confirm what I just said. Instead of coming back to me, they paid him. All they did was validate what I said. They didn't explain none of it. They just said, yeah, he's right. Why did they pay them? It happens so much, y'all. So here's the thing. If I care about you as a client, I will charge at least minimum friend and family rate, something. Because the people that I charge, they actually do it. The ones I don't charge, do you know the suckers don't even do it? I get $5,000 worth of work and they don't even do what I say. I charge $25, they do it. If I charge you, you will do it. If I don't charge you, I'm talking about my friends, not people I don't know. They don't do what I say, and I'm thinking, now I gotta do it all. So, I love y'all, y'all will charge something. Because you'll do it, and it's more important for me for you to do the estate plan, do the business plan, because it's important for you to be a returning customer for me. If I charge you $300 instead of $350, and you get everything done right the first time, you'll be coming to me more often than getting full price, because I got a black wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make sure that you understand, I'm in it with you, not for you. That's a big difference. And that's why I'm busy, the rest I'm not. Y'all follow? Questions on that?
Well, now, I'm like, seriously, I want to, maybe that be a workshop on the importance of, well, there's a couple of workshops I'm working on anyway, so I'll talk to you all about
We ain't leaving town yet. We got a vacation plan, but we ain't got it yet.
Okay, y'all want that too, right?
Right?
Yeah, okay. But like, seriously, like, I think that should be a class, succession planning and,
Estate planning.
estate planning, like, it happened, I know there's only so much we can do, but then by the time we've created and done all the work, then by, like, say it's on a Friday, that Monday, we're sending it to you and it's complete, you know, we come with your card machine, you know, or we pre-sign up or whatever, put a deposit down, whatever, we'll have to do the work, and that would be really good, because I know that's what we talk about so often, succession planning and trust for, and, because it's legacy, right, and that's how you create generational wealth, and it's beyond just money, it's all the knowledge.
Y'all just said $25 a month. Who in here can save $25 a month in the next 10 years? Not 50, not 100, 25. And y'all people over here know what a penny does. You know what 50 can do? And $25, you can make grand theft money. And I want y'all to do, I would like to just charge y'all right now, since y'all would do this. Because I have been successful in helping gang members get trust funds for their babies. They don't care about you, they don't care about them, they do care about their babies.
Yeah.
And I got a gang member saving $25 a month in a mutual fund. If I can convince a gang member who don't care about nothing, I can convince y'all. Now, if y'all don't do this as I say, I'm lost. I'm just about to sit down.
So
I
we
should
need to do
charge
a
you.
mutual fund.
Oh yeah, y'all understand how mutual, ain't that simple, how mutual funds work? They'll charge you $500 an hour just to come into the room to even find, first of all, you gotta have $300,000. Then they'll charge you $500 to tell you what I just said, and they will explain how it works. They just said, here's a mutual fund, and we'll do it. They won't tell you how it works.
So if we establish like an investment club, like
That's what you said.
and then everybody contributes that $25 a month,
$25 a
you
month.
can do that investment for us as a entity.
They're
A
doing it
collective
all-
entity.
A lot of people.
They're doing it all over the world now. And that's who's doing it now? Black people.
Yay.
Black Wall Street has caused more hope. I'll say this. God is my witness.
You gonna put it together?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Wakanda has been the biggest boost of black people since the 60s. And Black Wall Street, when they found out about it, they've been doing investment clubs, just like what you're saying. But we so scary. You know why we scary? Remember the penny? How many people understood that for today? I didn't understand it. I couldn't even tell y'all the rules in too good, because it blows your mind. 6% double to 12% is not double the money. Double the interest does not double the money, it's 8 times the money. If you go from 6% to 18%, it don't go 12 times, it's like 200 times on $1,000. What we did every year? Every January, $1,000. Everybody understand what grand theft money is? I mean, that's big time money. You don't even know you can make grand theft money. Let's tell y'all, get your plan, but that don't help. You know why? It ain't executed. Execute your plan. Stop talking about it. Just do it. I just say be about it. The next thing I want to tell y'all, I hope this is helping.
Yes.
Y'all follow me so far. Partake in business. How many of y'all would like to have big business? Remember we was talking about 6%, 12%, 18%? How you can make 25% or more in your business. What if you double your customers this year?
Okay.
That's 50%. And take the money and put it in the market while you're making more money. And put it in the market. Or more money, and you say, wait a minute, you're not working too hard. Do your business part-time, and then do your hobby. Remember the hobby that I gave y'all the idea? No extra charge for? Do your hobby. Do it for a while, it grows, do advertising, and now you're working part-time. You playing over here, and you're working over here. I can do that. We plan on doing it in Costa Rica. When Trump made everything illegal, we in Costa Rica, doing our hobby, and have advertising space. If you have a business, I want you to make the business do really well. Here's one thing you gotta do. There's so many businesses out there, like attorneys. How can you find a good attorney? You can't go to Yellow Pages. You can't go by who got the best website, or who got the best cars, or the best suit. You gotta go by somebody who knows, but they're so expensive, nobody can get a good attorney, including me. So how do you go by? Use experience. But how do you stand out in your business? One, get a niche. A niche perk, something that you give real different than everybody else. Let me give you an example. I have had a Jaguar for 20 years. That's what I drive. Everybody with Jaguars are cool, but they only work and they always break down. And nobody wants them because if you break down, you gotta fix it. And don't nobody know how to fix them, so you gotta go to the dealer. So you gotta have money to have a Jaguar. I've been on Jaguar for 20 years, and it cost me less than $1. It's what you know, how money works. One of the things that I did is, one of my Jaguars got totaled, which Jaguar happened. I went to this business, and they do auto collision. But you know what they have there? They have chocolate. Ghirardelli's chocolate. The kind that's in the bag that costs $8.12. They have that there for all you need. I go there when it ain't no business. They got my business. They do good business, but they got a perk. They got this chocolate. People feel good when they go to that business. You want them to feel good to go to your business, but here's how you do it. It ain't how well you do your business, it's how well you treat your customers. Right. If y'all want to make big money, do really good customer service. Can I say Nordstrom?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody heard of Costco?
Yeah.
All three of them companies make $1 billion. Well, let me tell you, Nordstrom is making more. A lot, because it's the customer service.
Yeah.
I mean, I studied Nordstrom in Oklahoma. That's how good they've been doing.
Yeah.
They use it to train people.
Right.
But who really took care was Costco. Costco makes $1 billion. Walmart makes $1 billion. Walmart is always on strike and they always mad and they treat you good. Costco are happy, friendly, and there's 10 of them to every Walmart.
That's right.
Both make $1 million, but one squeeze everybody to death. The other one gives you more value for your money.
Right.
Which one would you want to be in? Make your business a Costco, and another tip, no extra charge. Whatever your business is, get t-shirts, sell it. Whatever your business is. I'm doing it for law. T-shirts, t-shirts, stuff. Whatever your business is, you will make more money with your merchandising than your business. T-shirts. I got examples to prove it. Get your needs, do good customer service, because the Costco people, do you know that Costco, the profit margin on Costco merchandise is only 12% on every item. Everything, 12. Everything in Costco is 12% markup except one thing. Y'all know those Kirkland button-down white shirts they have? They're 18%. Nothing else in Costco is more than 12%. And you see they making grand theft money, guess how they make it? Memberships. Do you know none of the merchandise counts for their profit?
Wow.
Yep.
Memberships is the entire Costco model. The merchandise is gravy.
Yeah.
Walmart ain't got no gravy. They got bad conduct, bad people, crime, and they barely making it. And they squeezing that. Costco just 12%. They ain't worried about nothing. Do Costco. I mean, if you want good money, do customer service well.
Yeah.
Miss Andrea just hates salespeople. Hates them with purple passion. You think they hurt us? who she loves so much. She has about 3 salespeople she loves. One of them sold her a Cadillac, and one of them's a locksmith. But they give the best customer. They actually make Andrea say good stuff about salespeople. That's how good they are. But they give excellent service. They ain't the best people in the world. They ain't the cheapest, but they're the best service. Make your business the best service. You're gonna beat all your competition because you work hard. And if you have good service, people will come back to you. And if you have t-shirts, then you can work less. I'm just telling you. Stay behind your employees. Everybody here, the employees always right. Stop that. They lying, they cheating. How many people go to buffets to eat up all the food? All of them big. Ain't no little ones doing it. I'm just telling you what I know. They eat up all the food. There have been some people who got kicked out of Old Country Buffet because they ate so much food. But they paid for it, right? But they didn't say eat all the food.
Right.
Y'all, stand behind the employees. If you stand behind your front desk person, you get more business, better business. So if I was to open a brand new office, because I have an office in downtown Tacoma, and I have a home office in Spanish. I was opening a brand new office. I would open a brand new office in a nice area, right? And I would pay my secretary at the front desk the most money. She'd be $90,000. Not the secretary, the receptionist. $90,000 because that's the face of your business. If that girl or guy is real good, guess who you got returning? Customers. The people who answer your phones, they need to be paid the most. Not the technician, not the lawyer, not the president. The receptionist is your key. Treat her right, your life is good. The most successful law firm I know, they treat the secretary, the receptionist, the most prized. I think she makes more than the secretary. Because she's more important, because they understand it. So y'all follow what I'm saying. You want big business, put the face of your business, which should not be you, it should be somebody. If it is you, great. If it's not you, somebody needs to be really highly paid and treated well. Back them up. Because, and treat them, tell them about Ritz-Carlton. Let me give you an example of how Ritz-Carlton is the name we all know.
Right.
Let me tell you why. Why?
I researched Ritz-Carlton. I was in organizational development some years ago and researched Ritz-Carlton versus like Hilton. And why was Ritz-Carlton the premier place? And it was also more expensive for people to go. And it was obvious because when I researched it, I found out that the Ritz-Carlton gave everybody on their staff, from the person taking your luggage to housekeeping to the person behind the desk, everyone had the charge to make things right.
Authority.
The buck stopped at where the issue was. And they see their people as part of a family. So years after that, I just made it a focus that when I started my own business, that I would make sure that every person that worked for me was like-minded. That every person that worked for me loved people. And every person that worked for me was authorized to make things right for the person that they were working, that was the customer. Also, I made sure that every employee that worked for me knew that I cared for them. Made all the difference.
And you paid them well?
Was that?
You paid them well?
Oh, well, yes.
And she fed them too. Some of my food went to these dogs.
I think it's important to know that everyone in your syndicate, in your franchise, or whatever it is, that they can make you or break you.
That's true. Receptionist.
And if you don't love people, they will get you back.
Yes. Yeah.
In the organization. I silently pray for my people. and I really believe that I have a very strong staff. Yeah, so it just give love out and it will come back. And this is another way of the compounding the interest. You can do that by way of the market. You can also do that in your business. That's why Microsoft and Apple, Amazon, why they're so rich is because they have penetrated the world. So when you make it your business that you're going to double your business every week, every month, you can have riches just like the penny, because you're doubling in customers, which means that they're buying your service. Microsoft, Bill Gates said he saw the world as everybody having a computer. You see, so people, they hate on Amazon or whomever. They're blessing people over the world. And if you have something that you want to put in the work in the marketplace, then put it in the marketplace saying that I want to bless the world. And then you'll see that without even going to the market for this compound interest, you can actually do it by compounding your customers. It works.
It works. You see, Ritz-Carlton, you don't have to have a lot of money. You can have good customer service right now. Some of Andrea's favorite vendors are people who are just regular folks, but each one of them is successful. A locksmith is successful. The car salesman is successful. I mean, the car salesman, that dude was so good, he made stuff impossible. I mean, my wife's not a car person. I am. So when she said, I want one of these luxury cars with heated seats and all the bells and whistles and a warranty and this for $300 a month, I laughed so hard. I went to the car lot, they laughed with me, we all laughed. I went to 3-4 dealerships, they all laughed. Hey, you can't find that. This man got her almost everything she wanted for $378. I said, what in the world is it coming to? But see, she had in her mind the focus, the goal, and guess what came to her? The car came to her. She had to look for it. When you're looking for blessings, blessings come to you. When you look for mess, speaking of mess, second most important thing I want to say. Third most important. Stop telling your dreams to naysayers. Don't tell that family member, don't tell that brother, that sorority sister, those naysayers, don't tell them your stuff. They just gonna get mad and try to sabotage you. Tell people who are supportive of you, but don't tell naysayers. If they're naysayers, just file that in there, you don't tell them nothing else. Take your penny and go do this. Don't tell them about the penny, because they gonna naysay that. Well, I want a guarantee. My insurance has got 4% guarantee. You ain't got no guarantee. And I said, where did they put the money? Did they give you the guarantee? Over here. I said, and where do I say you should go? Over here. Well, I ain't got $100,000. I can't do that. And then I said, you read fine print? They didn't show me no fine print. I said, oh, you rich? No, that's what I didn't tell you. But I'm rich because I went and talked to Mr. Johnson. And I had $300,000 in my mind. I had $300 in my focus. And guess what Mr. Johnson told me to do? Turn over $300,000 with $50 in the fine print. The naysayers ain't gonna get it because they naysaying. They don't have trust in God, trust in you, and trust in them. Leave them people alone. Please get away from them. And if they ain't rich, don't let them tell you about anything. My poor wife, she's so lovely. I was telling her about this, she was just so excited. She said, are we doing this? I said, yeah, we're doing this. Why do you think I'm telling folks? Yeah, we're doing this. Our money's in the market, it's in real estate, and it's in business. And we making money hand over foot. We don't see it yet, but because we're in the penny side. Right. Remember the penny side? Maybe I gotta refresh your memory, because some of y'all got followed me. I remember. $1,000 a day, day 17, 17,000. $1,000, a penny a day, double is $656. 26 days, $26,000. 26 day, $335,544.32. Day 31, 31,000. They feeling real good. Escalator's on its way. 31 here, $10,737,418.24. Now, if you know that's going to double in the next 4 years, you get 18%. Would you pull it out and mess with an escalator? Why would you mess it up?
Yeah.
Get your business, rent the Escalade, let the business pay for it, you rent them for free. Y'all think there's rich people paying cash for these cars?
Right.
They rent them with a business.
You're writing it off.
Why did we think of that? Every black person should have American Express. Every black person. Every black person should have a business. Now, I'm just telling y'all what I know. Protect your people. Protect your brand. Protect your people. Get you some colorful, unique, Nike swoosh type thing for your business. Whether it's accounting or something. Get something that's people can know. So if I give you good service and you good service and you do good service and y'all saw my brand, and when I came to your house, you said, there's that swoosh that did all that. Your business sells itself. First you gotta give good service. Then the good service gotta be repeated and repeated and repeated. And the next time somebody said, they do good work. You gotta have a symbol that shows you do good work. If you don't do good work, please don't do a symbol, because they'll remember that bad work, oh, it's bad work. Don't do that. You need a symbol to do some color helps people. You know, then protect your people. If you have a good employee and you tell them they do a good job, that's great. If you tell them a good job and you give money, that's great. But if you have a good employee and you give them more money with no recognition, you just wasted your money. People work harder for recognition way more than money. You think double the money is going to double the output? They ain't working like the pennies. See, people don't work like pennies. You give recognition, you might get 8 times the work out of that person versus the money. It ain't about the money. It's about the relationship and the focus. Your focus is wealth creation. Your people's wealth creation. Guess what's going to come to you? Wealth creation. Your people work them suckers to death. That's all you'll get. And they're going to quit. You can get somebody else. Train people. If they don't know how to do it, train them. You good at what you do. If you ain't, become good. And after 20 years, like my example of the like yard person who's still struggling, he ain't that good. He don't give good service. He don't give fair prices. And he ain't got no t-shirts. He ain't got no symbol. He ain't got no business license. He got a sole proprietorship. They sue him. His whole family going down. And it's probably gonna happen because he ain't got no business. You gotta do training. And then what Andrea said, empower people. If you get good at people and you empower them, even when they make mistakes, they'll fix mistakes and they'll make up for it. You need somebody to fix your problems. Walmart does not fix problems. Costco does. Do y'all remember Walmart went on strike? It was something they did a while back. They went on strike. It's kind of like Kaiser. All the Kaiser nurses are always on strike. The other people ain't never on strike, right? Kaiser don't pay their people. They pay their people a whole bunch. The one making money, ain't nobody striking. Everybody happy. You know what it is? It's how you treat the people. Treat people. Okay. Social events. How many business people go to social events? Smart. You get more business at social events than you do at home. Because nobody come to your house. They're not doing it. Okay. Here's one that's going to save you some money. Treat everybody the same. If you're going to be good, treat everybody good. Don't treat the rich people good and the poor people bad, or the friends real good and the non-friends bad. We got the human rights director over here. Do everybody the same. If you're going to be bad and nasty, be nasty to everybody. Don't be nasty to the men and not to the women. Be nasty to every single person. Because it ain't the nastiness that's going to get you sued. It's the nastiness of one and kindness to the other. Then they're going to get sued. How many cases y'all got? Is it a year behind them?
We're about a year.
File a complaint Monday. It's a year for them calling back. And that's the best organization in the state. The cities ain't better. The state's the best, and they're a year behind. Please treat people right. And treat them the same. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, HR complaints. Treat them good. You have less complaints. If somebody's sexual harassing, treat that sucker. Do not let it go. If it's your best employee, it's better to get the cancer out. Straight up. Get them out. You do much better. If you have an HR issue, deal with it. How soon should you deal with HR issues and treat them?
Immediately, yes, as soon as you can.
But she got good staff. Now, if you have a problem, y'all got any hard questions, y'all call me. If you got easy ones, you don't talk about pennies in Dublin, you come see me. But if you got really serious problems, just call her. We'll make sure y'all got her number. All hard questions. Discrimination is bad, y'all, even black folks. We're in a society where they treat people that can make you money good, and the ones that come who treat them bad. Treat everybody the same. You would not that. Don't let your customers abuse your people. That is the worst thing you can do in the business. It's back the customer and don't your people, because guess what they go, they don't sense me. They don't care about me. But what if you got secretaries making $80,000, $90,000 a year, and every time she have a problem, she can fix it. She ain't gotta ask the boss Jack. Guess how well that girl is when she goes home to her husband. She goes home early. She goes home rested and relaxed, because she's making 80, 90 grand, and she fixed all her problems when she went home. That's what you want. Pay them more. But you know how you really get us more? Recognition. More recognition and money, you're valuable. These are the two smartest girls in this county. Both of them got PhDs, one pending, one got it. Both of them got math. I mean, they just got all kind of stuff. But you know what the key is? Treating people right. That's the key. I just want to make sure that I got y'all. $1,000 a day for 6% interest. Double the interest, does it double the money? It does not, right? I will make sure I get that, those answers, I'll send that by email. It's 8 times the money. Does that boggle your mind? If you go $1,000, 6%, and you get 18%, it doubles every 4 years. Is it 12 times the money? It's 200 times the money. See, 1 to 8, 8 to 200, that just don't compute. That's why you need a calculator. You need a business calculator, because regular calculators can't even do this stuff. And the penny, double the penny, $1,000. When I saw the example, I made sure the guy made it. We had to make him do what he calculated. We didn't believe nothing he said. Whole bunch of black people, some of them educated, we didn't believe nothing he said. They wrote it all down. I wrote that, I said, I gotta see that, because that does not make sense. Double the penny, day 17,000, it just don't make sense. How do you make money for your business? Customer service is number one. Number